So this is a review I've been wanting to do for a while. It's on the CREE LED light bulb, and it's an 800 lumen light bulb that's ran by LEDs. And you can see here it's a little different than most light bulbs. It's got a heat sink. It's also, I found, nice for anti-roll. This flashlight is one of the reasons why I'm so excited about a light bulb. You know, you don't really get excited about light bulbs too much, but when you've got something that puts out the equivalent of a 60-watt light bulb and does it with only 9.5 watts, that's something worth talking about. And even more exciting, it does it for around 10 bucks. The biggest advantage for me is the brand name CREE. Like I said, I'm familiar with CREE because of, you know, the great work they've done with high performance flashlights, and so it's trust there for me. And then also CREE is actually made in the United States, which you can't say about too many large manufacturers. It's here, it's designed here, and it's also manufactured here in the United States. You'll notice when you're holding it, it's got a plastic covering on the glass, so that'll protect it against being shattered. If it was to drop, that gives a little more protection. Something else interesting is that it actually, if you were to shatter it, it probably would continue functioning just because the LEDs in there, unlike an incandescent bulb, they can continue to function just fine without a glass encasing it. So this protection, this rubber around it, is really just, you know, to make it last longer. CREE says that this bulb will last about 10 years. That's how long they warranty it for. Actually, they say it'll last 22 point something years. Some other benefits that I wanted to point out about this light bulb is that it can be used, unlike a lot of other LED light bulbs, it says in damp conditions, and you can also use it in enclosed places. It doesn't tell you that you can't, so I'm assuming that you can. If you compare it against fluorescent bulbs, this doesn't have anything hazardous in it, and so when it breaks, you don't have to worry about calling hazmat. And they've done a lot of cool engineering stuff, making the filament tower, and also making the tower aluminum, so that you've got the heat sink here. And the heat sink is fairly effective. The light bulb stays fairly cool. To the touch, you can grab it at any time. But when the light's been used for a while, it takes about 5 minutes for this heat sink to cool down. So it does its job well. It takes all the heat and disperses it into the air. One thing that I think is important to take a look at is the claim of CREE with the 10-year warranty that you're going to save $139. They do that with a lifespan of 22.8 years, and the idea that you'd use it 3 hours every day. And the rate that they assume is 11 cents per kilowatt hour. I'd like to take a little closer look at that. I live in Idaho, where supposedly we have cheap rates at, 10 cents. That's almost 11. But if you look at the total cost and the kilowatt hours used and you do the math, it comes out to closer to 13 cents per kilowatt. So the savings is actually higher than even what CREE says. I'm not sure what the cause is, but if you look at the math here, working out the hours used times the wattage, the kilowatt hours that you end up with, at 11 cents it comes out to $1.14, 13 cents comes out to $1.35 per year. So it's not too much to run a light bulb all year long. And if you compare that to the incandescent versions, you're looking at $7.23 at 11 cents and 13 cents. You're looking at $8.54. So when you compare those, you come out with $7.19. That means just within a couple of years, this light bulb is going to pay for itself. So it makes it a pretty clear decision as far as cost. One of the buying benefits I thought was the 10-year warranty. It helps that you're also buying it online. You can buy it through Home Depot, through their stores. I bought mine online. I loved the way that they shipped and were packaged. They made it so that, they weren't going to crack during shipping. Each one was individually wrapped. The advantage of their warranty is if you do buy online, you've got that receipt, and so you're not going to have to hold on to a receipt for 10 years. If it ever does happen to go out in the 10 years, it's actually a better case, in my opinion, just because you know that the LED technology is going to improve in the next few years and you're going to get more efficient, brighter bulbs. And so the 10-year warranty really sold me. I mean, it'll pay for itself within 2 years showing the math, with the math that I had shown you. And so it's just a no-brainer.